What's up, guys? Callmedragon or Dylan here today, and I'm sure many of you remember me from Emps-Scape. This is basically just going to be a reintroduction video to my channel. It's been a long time since I posted anything on here. Basically just trying to get the word back out that Emps is out for people that don't know, because I'm sure there are people that have no idea that this game is back out. So this is just going to be an introduction video. I'm just going to be doing Slayer in the background. There's not really going to be anything terribly interesting going on. I'm not, like I said, just going to be doing some Slayer. So if you just want to minimize the video and listen to me, do whatever, that's fine. Because this is all I'm going to be doing. So first, I'd like to talk about why I didn't want to come back to Emps-Scape when it first came back out, and then why I decided to. And then I'd also like to, I'll probably tie into some of that stuff, how I feel about the current status of the game, and then that'll be about it. I'm going to create more videos as long as people are interested in seeing them, progress videos. I'll probably do a 99 Slayer video or something, like just showing my loot and stuff I've got, how much I've made since I came back. This is pretty much how I've been making most of my money. I've been doing barrows and just fishing for mantas on my skiller and on this guy, and just slaying in general. And also some people, when I came back, donated me some armor and things like that. Excuse me. To just get me started. I'm not going to name their names just because I don't want them getting spam with messages and all that. But you know who you are, and I appreciate the donations helping me get started. The community is a big reason why I did decide to come back to this game. In fact, it's pretty much the only reason I decided to come back to this game, is because of the community and the people that helped me out. That just goes to show like how good this community can be to each other, and just generally helping each other out, because honestly I was not looking forward to the bank rebuild grind. Not that I'm rich or anything right now, but So first, let's talk about why I decided to come back, or why I didn't want to come back when this game came back a year ago, or however long ago it was. So basically, the reason I decided not to come back is this game came out. I recovered my account or whatever, and I logged in, and I was just like, this doesn't feel like Emps-Scape. These graphics, this isn't Emps-Scape. This isn't the Emps-Scape I remember. It doesn't feel like Emps-Scape, and it doesn't feel nostalgic at all. And I don't think I'm the only person who feels like that, and it's good to judge by the player count we have right now. During peak times when I was playing, we would easily reach 850, 900 players peak times, and now we reach something like 300 players. Now, I'm not saying that these graphics are contributing to the entirety of the reduced player count, because it's not the sole reason, but I do believe that it was better when Tommy had it set up where you could play with either the 508 graphics. I think it was 508 graphics. It might have been like 562 or something, or the old school graphics. The reason I think this is better is because when you add the ability, first of all, it's really unique. I don't know if I don't really play any RSs, PSs besides this one, but when you add, it's unique, I believe. To switch between old school graphics and the HD graphics, you appeal to a much wider population of people. People that like the HD graphics can still enjoy the HD graphics without having to make sacrifices. And then old school people that like old school graphics, they don't have to sacrifice their enjoyment of the game to play on graphics they don't like. They can still enjoy the old graphics without having to feel like they're suffering through having to sacrifice some of the fun or whatever by having to suffer through playing on graphics they don't like. So the graphics changer thing that he used to have, I think, was a really great idea. I'm really not sure why you would remove something like that. Take that as you will. That's just all there is really to it. I don't think that's really contributed to a lot. It's contributed a lot to the reduced player count, but there's other reasons too. I've heard people throw around old school as a reason for there being reduced player count. I don't really believe in that. I play old school and I play this too, and if this had old school graphics, I'd still play old school and play this too. I mean, the old school RuneScape, I don't believe it contributed a little bit, maybe 10% or something to the player count. I doubt it hasn't had that big of an effect on the player base as people believe it has. It's had some effect, but I believe the main reason for this game not having a large player base is simply because people don't know it's back out. Because I mean, I haven't seen any form of I wouldn't know this game was back out if I hadn't had old friends from Emps-Scape added on Skype. I wouldn't have any idea this game was back out. There's no advertising, anything like that. And also, I believe basically the graphics thing, people don't really care for these. Veteran players at least don't really care for these. I mean, maybe this attracts new players, yeah, maybe, but I mean, it's not really working. I mean, we have 300 players peak times. We used to have 850, 900, maybe even more, depending on if it was the weekend or not. So, I mean, take it as you will. I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with the graphics, like I said. It just creates like a chain reaction. You know, less people are playing, so there's less of a PKing community, and when there's less of a PKing community, you attract less PKers, and it just creates this huge chain reaction of events where like less and less people are playing until you reach to something like 40% of the people that were playing before are playing now. Because like I said, this doesn't feel like Emps-Scape to me. It just doesn't. This doesn't look like, this isn't the Emps-Scape I played, you know, years ago. It's not the same thing. I mean, I'm basically playing for the community right now. Like, I'm playing because I want to play with my friends, and because I like the Emps-Scape community. I mean, that's 80% of the reason I'm playing right now. I mean, it has nothing to do with the fact that I like these graphics. I don't like these graphics at all. I mean, I'd much rather have the old school graphics back, or the option to switch between the two. And, I mean, that's all there is to it, really. I mean, I think that contributes a lot to the integrity of the game, is just simply the fact that it's not the Emps-Scape people remember and know and love. And I'm sure, I mean, I know there's people out there that are playing like me and are just playing for their friends and can relate to how I feel about it. I know nothing is probably going to be changed. I mean, he's probably going to just leave it like this, and I mean, it's Tommy's game. He can do whatever he wants with it. But, and I mean, you know, all that stuff about backwards progress and stuff, but I mean, is it really backwards progress? I mean, to me, having a player count less than half of what it was before, that's backwards progress to me. So, take it as you will. So I guess I already kind of said why I did decide to come back, and that's basically just the community. That's the reason I decided to come back. I mean, I missed playing with my friends, you know, stuff like that, and I know, I mean, the player count really makes me sad. Like, it makes me mad about how few players are playing this game. I mean, I used to love this game, and I still do love this game. It's just not the Imps I remember and know and love. And I don't know, I just wanted to help try and get, you know, the player count back up, get Emps back to its glory days and stuff, you know. And I think it can get back to its glory days with the proper updates, the proper staff team, the proper economy management, and just generally overall just listening to the players. Like, what do the players want? And that's all there is to it, you know, adding stuff they want to see into the game, all that stuff. I mean, that's all there is to it. You just have to run the game the right way. And I mean, eventually with the proper advertising and etc., I'm sure this version of Emps-Scape can get up back to its glory days too. It's just that if you're using a client that allows you to use both HD and regular graphics, you're still there's no way around it. You're still appealing to more players than you are if you're just using this. Like, you can say, oh, there's a classic mode, the classic mode looks like shit. I mean, that's it. It looks like shit. Like, it's basically just this version with the graphics turned all the way down for people that have slow computers. I mean, that's all it is, honestly. And it doesn't look, it's not the same. I mean, that's all there is to it. It's just not the same. Um, that being said, I think thus far, I mean, the updates I've seen since I came back, I mean, they're good updates, bug patches, just stuff like that. I mean, they're good updates. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the way he's updating the game, anything like that. He's doing a good job, and they're like way more consistent than when I was playing. When I was playing, we'd get an update like every 2 months. I mean, he's having updates like once every other week now. So I mean, that's a huge step forward in the right direction as far as like earning your players' respect back and getting people back. But I mean, it's still not, the game still doesn't appeal to like veterans like me. That being said, obviously I enjoy the game enough where I'm playing it, so I mean, people will come back if they feel like the game's heading in the right direction. Um, like I said, I'm playing the game right now. Obviously, I am enjoying it enough to the point where I can play and, grind Slayer out and ground 81 levels of farming out because I was at one farming. So I mean, the game could go any direction at once. Like I said, I've said my thoughts about the graphics and stuff. But the game could go anywhere, honestly. I mean, and nobody knows. I think that's all I have to talk about today. So, like I said, I'll probably be posting more videos and stuff in the future if people express interest in them. Bank videos, progress videos, stuff like that. More chat videos like this, just talking about. I used to do videos when Tommy had big updates. I'd talk about the big updates, stuff like that. So that's kind of things I'll probably be posting still, as long as people are interested in them. Anyways, hope you guys have a nice day. I'll talk to you all later.